name's Meri. I'm not a sister wife. I'm not nervous about the questions because I'm confident in like who I am and what my answers are or what my conversations are going to be. You know, people are going to say what they're going to say and you just kind of roll with it. It's kind of like, you know what they say about when you're lying, you have to remember what you say. Like, I don't feel like I have to remember what to say and to keep a story straight because I'm speaking my. I'm just going to be me. Take it or leave it. I'm ready to unmask.
Hi friends, it's Kody from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It's Tuesday, May 27th, 2025. The first tell-all, episode 1 of 4 parts, was on last night for Sister Wives. And I thought that, I couldn't get more annoyed with Kody and Robyn. And then it was like, oh, okay, so now I'm more annoyed with Kody and Robyn. And I'm also going to tell you something. Both Kody and Robyn fought with production about cooperating for this tell-all. Kody was combative, he was argumentative, he got angry, his voice was raised, he got really loud posture on basic questions. He demanded the other women take accountability. He rewrote history. He even admitted that, it's easy to make fun of him because he is the kind of person that has no filter. And I don't think that's really why people make fun of him. And nobody really makes fun of him. They just point out his narcissistic behavior, but whatever. And he said that, he says 5 things and then he decides which one of those 5 things is going to be what he lands on for the truth. And that's, I guess, his way of saying that he rewrites history. But I thought it was really interesting because in the very beginning, Meri admitted for the first time that she was going to go to a tell-all and not lie. She said, if you don't have to remember a story and stick to that story, you can just speak your truth. And I'm going to be me. My mask is off. So how many times did all these people walk into tell-alls in the past and just lie? Lie, 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 lie. And when you're all lying for so many years, how do we know who's telling the truth now? This is the part about this show and this family and the world of polygamy with all of the lies that have been told in order to keep this show going, that it's hard to know who is telling the truth now, because even within the truth now, there's still a level of the whole truth hasn't been discussed, right? But Kody and Robyn, like I said, refused to participate. Now, what did Robyn refuse to do? Robyn refuses to watch the clips. She will not watch the clips with Suki so that she can talk about what occurred in this season. So she won't watch Kody having conversations with other women. She won't watch clips with her and Kody. Although in this tell-all section of this first episode, there was really no conversations between Kody and Robyn that she would have responded to. It was mostly just Kody and Meri's split, Kody talking about Christine and not respecting her, and Kody and Janelle. And then Robyn commentating on what Kody's feelings were about these splits, which was so weird. Suki also greeted every single person and asked them what their movie would be for this season in their lives, and Robyn was not asked. So everyone answered the question. Kody said Point Break, Meri said Wild, Christine said Everything All at Once, and Janelle said Fried Green Tomatoes, and Robyn said nothing. So Robyn doesn't have to do half the work that everyone else does. Kody already walked into it and said that he was going to protect Robyn from parts of this tell-all. And apparently for Robyn, that means she doesn't have to watch the clips to respond to them. And I thought about this. I wonder if Robyn doesn't watch the show anymore. Does she not watch what people say? Does she just ignore it so that way she can stay in her little bubble without accountability? I don't know. But Kody and Robyn were both off the chain. It was kind of uncomfortable because they didn't talk about Garrison at all, and they won't be addressing his passing at all in the tell-all, which that's fine. They don't have to. But Kody is rewriting history about why he and Janelle split up. And now he's saying that he was done with Janelle when that's just not what happened. But I'll show you some of his disgusting comments.
There was some affinity that I had for Robyn that was significant, and in my mind, I wanted to elevate all my relationships to that point. And that's what I felt like I was working for.
You did not.
You cannot ever blame the fact that Robyn and I had a deep. Robyn was good at communicating with me, at loving me.
And negotiating with you.
Yes, and respecting herself. Okay.
If I spoke Kody and could decipher what he said, I would say that what he was saying is this, that Robyn figured out early on that in order to get her way with Kody and to get what she needed and wanted and get her needs met, she realized that she needed to kiss his butt and worship the ground he walked on and basically tell him how godly he was, amazing he was, and remind him all the time how perfect he was. What he found in Robyn was a woman willing to enable his bad behavior as long as she got what she wanted. She would enable his narcissism, she would enable his jealousy, his anger, she would explain away his bad behavior, she would hide his deceptive behavior. She would do all of these things and then give him all the sex. And then he, for his part, would protect her and make everyone else have to act like her. So basically, what he did was he said, well, Robyn came in and she basically worships the ground I walk on, reminds me all the time how great I am, kisses my ass. And I, in turn, get things from her and she negotiates with me, i.e., meaning that she figures out how to get her way and she communicates with me, i.e., meaning she manipulates me to doing what she wants me to do. And because she is fueling my narcissistic supply and reminding me how amazing I am all the time, I just want to be around her because everyone else I'm around reminds me how I'm falling short. I mean, his explanation for why things didn't work with Christine was silly. It was like, well, it's hard for me to be happy when I'm being reminded all the time about how unhappy I am, how unhappy she is. Well, Kody, one would think that if you're unhappy, if your wife is unhappy, you find out why she's unhappy and you try to do something to make her feel like she's being seen and validated. But in Kody's world, it's all about him. So I don't actually think that he has this deep relationship with Robyn. I just think Robyn manipulates him into believing that she loves him and says all the right things to him to get what she wants, so long as it gets her what she wants. She's just better at manipulating than Kody is. And Janelle even mentioned that a lot of the things that happened, she doesn't think Kody was smart enough to be a schemer. And the implication was that Robyn was the one behind the scenes scheming.
I had way more respect for Meri than I did for Janelle, and probably way more respect for Janelle and Meri than I did for Christine.
On you, making you happy,
yeah.
Making sure there were things that were special.
Well, that's what she says. Oh, wait. That's what she says. Yeah, well, okay, she was great at cooking me a meal. I mean, but I don't think she was fixated on my happiness because I was struggling to find happiness because I was always being reminded that she wasn't happy.
Here's what bothers me about this entire conversation with Kody about these women. Instead of trying to justify it around polygamy and what polygamy is supposed to be about, why don't they all just admit that polygamy doesn't work? Why don't they all just admit that if Kody doesn't want to make things work with one of the women, he doesn't have to? Because as Kody has said, he loved being worshiped. He said that his entire life, when he was married with the 3 women and all of the kids, he was the center of attention and everyone worshiped the ground he walked on and told him how great he was. And because of their dynamic in their culture and in their church, he didn't have to do anything because his job was to be the priesthood authority. And everyone's looking to him like he's God and he speaks for God and he's the leader of their God. I mean, he's their prophet basically in their family. And so he has and holds a position where he doesn't have to do anything because in his eyes and in his faith, he's perfect. And nobody has to conform to him because why would they? I mean, if they complain, he can just go over to Robyn's or go over to someone else's house who won't complain. And why don't we just stop even trying to say that the relationships are based on the merit and just say, when you're leaving your family for another woman, because that's what he did. He was never in polygamy after he met Robyn, ever. And once he left with Robyn, why doesn't he just say, I left with Robyn and that's where things were? How hard would it be for him just to say, yes, I left. I left with Robyn, and stop gaslighting all of us and stop making the women try to justify what he says and stop putting these women through his lies and his deception and his abuse to this day? Why don't we start validating these women and stop trying to make Kody ever see that he's wrong, because he never will? I mean, how do you have 6 children with a woman, Christine? How do you have 6 children with her and then say she was good at making me a meal and I had no respect for her? So you're telling me that you were married to a woman and you were never legally married. You had sex with her. You fathered children with her. You came around every time she ovulated. She cooked you a meal. But outside of that, you didn't respect her enough to care about what she wanted or needed or value her as a person. All Christine was an object to you. And I can see why Christine would be embarrassed by that, because why would anyone settle for someone that views them in such low regard? I mean, come on. And then he wonders why she has no respect. If you're being physically and emotionally and mentally beat down all the time by this guy, how would you have any self-esteem? He is so cruel. All she's good to him, all she was worth to him was a good meal. That's it. How do you say that about someone that you spent all those years with and had children with?
He told me that he tried really hard to bring the other relationships up to what he thought, our relationship is and was. And he was he wanted that with all of the relationships. But it was just like, a relationship is based on the 2 people in that relationship.
Right.
So
wait, the level of Robyn? Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, the level of communication, the level of...
No, I'm just going to tell you straight up, that's 100% a lie.
So Kody's new lie and Robyn's new lie, which they both came to this tell-all with, they literally came to this tell-all with a brand new lie. And that was that because Robyn and Kody's relationship was so benevolent and divine, he wanted all the women to be like Robyn and get to the relationship like Robyn. So what he wanted the women to do was be a good communicator, meaning kiss my butt, tell me how great I am, tell me how amazing I am, never push back. After you've been with me for 20 years, have the view of Robyn, who doesn't know me and kisses my butt because I'm rich. And please worship the ground I walk on, enable me, lie for me, don't complain. And as long as you do whatever I want, you can negotiate with me through sex and through holding things over my head. And then if you just are more like Robyn, meaning you just keep on kissing my butt and worshiping the ground I walk on, then you can be like me. It bothers me that Robyn says that the relationships are between 2 people, because that's not what polygamy is. And it's contradictory to everything that they've said for years, is that it's not about one man and the relationships. Kody and his big picture was Kody and the family. It was never supposed to be about Kody and Robyn or Kody and Christine or Kody and Janelle or Kody and Meri. It was supposed to be Kody and the wives. And now he's saying he wants everyone to be like Robyn. And Robyn, for whatever reason, is okay with him wanting everyone to be like her. And then when they're not like her, she blames their inability to be like her on them, completely ignoring the fact that she and Kody are the ones scheming this stupid idea and forcing everyone to comply with them and to act like them and to be like them. I mean, it's, again, that whole concept that they believe they are better than everyone else. I told you that my source about Garrison's funeral literally said that Kody and Robyn walked into that funeral like they were better than everyone else. If this tell-all tells you nothing, it should show you that they literally believe they are loved more by God, are more divine than these people, and these people are just peons to them.
Maybe that's revisionist history now too, is finding about, well, I tried, I wanted to, but they just didn't want to come along.
So you never experienced him trying to raise you up?
No, he never talked about that with me.
I don't think that that's fair for him to even say that.
Why?
Oh, because we're all supposed to be Robyn? I'm sorry. I am Meri. I'm not going to be Robyn. I don't want to be Robyn. I'm going to be my own individual person. I don't want to be her.
After everyone disagrees with Kody about how everyone needs to be elevated like Robyn, and each one of the wives denies that this ever occurred, either he never told them that, or if he did, they said he didn't try, or if he really believed that, he didn't show it. And Meri just flat out said, it's not fair because I'm not Robyn. And why should I have to behave like Robyn? And again, you're asking women that have been around you for 30 years or whatever it was, 16, 17 years at that point, to be puppy dog eyed in love with you because they have no history with you. You just forget about all the crap you've pulled for the last 17 years. Real easy to be Robyn when she's never lived in poverty with you, never had to struggle, never had to deal with your job insecurity, never had to deal with your lack of involvement, your philandering. I mean, she didn't have to struggle the way these other women did. But then after that, they go back into the divorce between Kody and Meri, which, oh man, why are we going back into this? But the divorce, the legal divorce, and Kody is really weird in this section because they are discussing why did the legal divorce happen. Christine believes that Robyn told him that it should happen. She was like planting seeds in his mind. Robyn denied that she planted seeds and she denied that she ever said these things, even though it's literally on camera with her talking to Kody about how if the kids turn a certain age, they don't have to live with us because they're not adopted. And she kept pushing adoption on him. But we can only do that as long as you get married to me so we can adopt the kids. But that wasn't really what happened. It was behind the scenes. Robyn was absolutely like, you need to pick me over Meri. I mean, that's what the rumor was, and I believe it. And Meri now believes that the whole concept wasn't the way it was because once they got divorced, Kody ran off. Kody then, of course, blames that on the catfishing, which we know is after Kody had abandoned her. I mean, Kody had already abandoned her, and then he's like, "Oh, I really left and got kicked out, and the marriage is over because after I abandoned her, she got catfished." No, Kody. Again, no accountability. But then he says that the reason why Meri thinks this way now and that she's questioning why they got divorced to begin with because she thinks that the plan was all along that he was going to divorce her and just sort of like that would be it. And Christine believes this was the point in time when the family fell apart. Janelle does not believe that Kody could have come up with that on his own. And she believes that somebody else would have been pushing that, right? So Christine and Janelle are saying the same thing. Like Robyn forced him to do this, and then they made Meri feel like it was her idea, right? And then Kody is like mad because now Meri has friends and he doesn't like what he sees in her friends, which tells me that during their marriage, Kody was controlling who they could talk to, which I've told you guys all the time. He doesn't let people talk to Robyn. Robyn doesn't get asked certain questions, and men cannot talk to Robyn. When they were all together, the wives were controlled by Kody, even down to their friendships.
And I'm seeing some things that bother me where she's going from friend to friend to friend. Now that we're broke up, complaining about it. And it's a pattern that was part of our life 25, 30 years ago where she would go from friend to friend to friend complaining about me. She told the leaders of my church that she had been abandoned. Fine, I don't care.
Even though Robyn was the mastermind behind the whole split between Meri and Kody and getting them legally divorced, I mean, she was the one that wanted this and forced him to do this, and he did it anyway because that's what he wanted. Now they're trying to like tell people that she's gaslighting herself. Her friends are telling her things that are not true, which is just Kody's way of saying, your friends are the evil ones. Your friends are the not trustworthy ones. The reason why you think these ways about me is because of your friends. Classic abusive spouse language. If Meri can speak to someone and they can see things from a different perspective and they cannot be influenced by Kody and they can see things for what it is, that is not gaslighting herself about what happened. Kody and Robyn refuses to talk about what happened. it's very weird because before it was always like, we got divorced for the kids, for the adoption. Kody and Robyn said nothing about that. Nothing. Meri said that it all makes you think about what their plan was. Was there some sort of master plan? Because now when I look back on it, I have to wonder. Kody refuses to acknowledge it, blames her friends for planting these ideas in her head, which is false, and doesn't like what he sees and what she's doing. Can't control her anymore, Kody. And Robyn refuses to take a side because they have different points of view on what happened. Robyn also disagrees that Kody abandoned Meri. Literally, after a couple seasons ago, Robyn said she could not blame Meri if she left because Kody doesn't want to be with her. How much more abandoned can you be if a man literally never comes over to your house? That you are declaring that this woman is still your wife, but then on television you're saying, I don't consider myself married to her. Kody uses the excuse of the catfishing as like his way out so that he doesn't have to take responsibility for the fact that he just ran off with Robyn. All these two would have to do is admit they fell in love, they left the family, and they made them all play pretend for years. And then here we are, 15 years later, spinning circles because they refuse to admit what they've done. And that's what it's like to be around two narcissists.
Because he is somebody who's present in a very real way. And I think because of their differing opinions about what happened then, that's why it also bothers him. So,
But doesn't the church release one person for abandonment, like Meri, spiritually?
no, not always. No.
Explain that.
It's because she asked for it. It's because of what she said that they gave it to her. Again, that's the whole...
Robyn was in the middle of that marriage for 15 years, and now she's like, that's on them. It's their fault. They're the ones that are disagreeing. It has nothing to do with me. Even though she inserted herself into that marriage, said that she could be their mediator, said that she could speak Kody, acted like she knew Kody better than everyone else. And now it's like, well, that's just on Meri. And the only reason she got the release is because she ratted on Kody, and they disagree about what happened. Kody said that he was going to stay married to Meri. Kody then, after they got divorced, basically checked out. Meri had already been abandoned by Kody for years at this point. Kody and Robyn act like Meri having a catfish friend who, by the way, Robyn was very involved with and knew about and egged on and was speaking to during that period. I'm still not convinced that Robyn didn't encourage this catfish to go after Meri. But the whole catfishing scenario, egged on and created by Robyn, just going to say it, it was fostered out of her Facebook group. Now it's, oh, that's just between Kody and Meri, and really they just disagree about what happened, even though I created all of these issues, and she didn't really get abandoned because Kody is so present. Yeah, it's easy for you to say, Robyn. Wait until he abandons your ass. Oh. How does she sleep at night? How does this woman look at this man and go, I want to be with that guy after how he treats people? How does she, what kind of woman goes for a guy like this and is okay with this kind of behavior? Because if he did it to them, he'll do it to you. And he's probably doing it to you right now. They were just on another level of delusional and on another level of just lying. They were caught lying so many times. No one at TLC will let them or hold them accountable for the way that they acted. They will never acknowledge what they've done. And they're just forcing the other women who left to have to rehash what they experienced and endured. And then their abusers are lying and saying it didn't happen. It's horrible. These women need to get off the show. So what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed, and click the bell so you never miss a video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, guys.